guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Thea. Today we are going to do leg strength. So all of these workouts I'm going to do today are how I would start to build strength in your legs, even if you can't do a squat yet, or squats are painful, or maybe you have bad knees and your knees hurt. All of these exercises will strengthen your knees, will strengthen your legs, and we're not going to do any squats. So let's go ahead and get started. You don't need anything. And get started. So we're going to start in Pilates Mermaid. So what that looks like is you're going to bring one foot parallel with the front of your mat and that other foot parallel to the side of your mat. So this position might feel a little bit tense, especially if you have tight hips, but just work in the range of motion that you can find. So try to get yourself as much as you can in this position, and we're going to bring a forearm down. So what we're gonna do is coming onto this forearm, maybe your cat is joining you, you're gonna lift this leg up and put it back down. So maybe it's just a teeny little lift, and maybe it's more of a lift. So whatever feels good for you. This cat is crazy. So I named my business Black Cat Consulting after her. So I met with my mentor and I was like, I want to start a business. And he's like, you should start a business. Like, you've been talking about it. He was like, you need to have something that's general because you do so many different things. He's like, you do fitness and you do, nice sweet girl, and you do tarot and you do art and you do health coaching, like you do all these different things, and you need a pretty generic name. And he's like, what's the name of your cat? And I was like, Boo. And he was like, oh, Boo is a terrible business name. And so we were talking about it, and I was trying to come up with a name for my business that was vague enough that I can like umbrella all my different things under it. And I actually came up with, so we're just lifting this leg just a little bit, just lift it, bring it back down, lift it up, bring it back down. At me. So anyway, I ended up naming my cat Black Cat Consulting LLC, so it's vague and general enough that like, I can umbrella all my things under it. And so yeah, it's been really fun. I've had my business now for 6 years, which seems crazy. And every year it like doubles the income. So my first year, I made $50, next year I made $100, and then I made $200, and then I made $400. It's just like every year it gets a little bit bigger. Ooh, last year I made $16,000, so I'm hoping to top that this year. Ooh, okay. Are you ready? We're gonna sweep this leg forward, you're gonna tap it, you're gonna bring it back. So make sure you have enough room here. So if this is starting to hurt your shoulder, bring it all the way down, okay? That's all right, that's an okay place to be. You can still hold it up if you want to. So we're trying to keep this bend in our knee, and we're just doing those taps. So what we're doing is we're really strengthening that whole leg. We're not adding any weight, but we're taking all the weight of that leg and forcing that hip socket to be strong enough to lift that entire leg. So building that strength, building those muscles is going to help you take pressure off your knee, right? Because we're strengthening this muscle to hold ourselves up. So if we can get our quad super strong, it's going to take a lot of pressure off that knee, which is the goal. Anyway, it just doesn't feel good in the moment. Boo boo. Gorgeous. All right, we're gonna bring it back down. We're gonna lift it on up. Oh, how are we feeling? Let's try that other side. So bring that other foot in front, other foot to the side, and we're gonna bring a forearm down. That chest is nice and lifted, and we're gonna repeat those. We did like 20 on the other side. Are you ready for this? Oh. So not sinking into that shoulder. That chest is nice and lifted. Boo boo. girl. You're purring, a little purr box. You really only watch my YouTube videos to see Boo, huh? You just fast forward through all of them until you find the cat. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Couldn't come up with a name for my business, so I just named it after my cat. You know, it's like that thing that's like, if you're a jack of all trades and you're a master of none, but then also like to do something successfully, like to do one thing successfully, you have to become a master at it. I don't master at everything around it, so I don't know. Like, should I focus on one thing or should I do 1,000 things? Oh, how are you feeling? Okay, so maybe come all the way down like we did on that last side. Keeping this bend in your knee, you're gonna bring it forward, you're gonna tap it, bring it all back. Bring it forward, tap it, bring it all back. Ooh, I was just in the garden barefoot, so my feet are dirty, don't touch me. Ooh. I have all the doors open so that she's not disturbed, because if I close the door, she'll just scratch at it. You know, cats are. She doesn't actually want to be in here. She just keeps walking through the room and leaving. Just 100 more. How are we feeling? Ooh, strengthening that leg. You feel it. Does one side feel worse or better than the other? All right, we're gonna come on up. How are we feeling? Let's bring those legs out nice and wide. And what I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna let your knees fall to one side. You're gonna let them fall to one side. Nice. All right, we're gonna come all the way down on that mat. We're gonna take those feet really wide, heels on the mat, toes are lifted. Hands are gonna come down by your side, and we're gonna press those hips up towards that ceiling, bring it all down. So squeeze those hips towards the ceiling. Try to watch your knees. Notice if they wanna come in, and notice how it feels to try to keep them right above your ankles. Because right when you pull them in and bring them up, oh, that feels awful. Nice and wide. So I believe that the more someone does an exercise, the more they'll start to do it correctly, because they'll start to feel their body and they'll start to know, and that it's okay to sometimes do imperfect motions, because motion is always good. And even if you do some imperfect motions, your body will start to be like, no, actually my knee needs to stay over here, and you'll get better at feeling it and recognizing it and being in your body. But there are some people who just never really feel their bodies, never really foster that mind-body connection. So that's why, like, when you're doing these sorts of movements with those knees over your ankles, I really want you to think about, you know, where is my body? How does it feel? Do I have control over my body? Like, do I need to put a mirror in my workout room so that I can see it? You know, do I want to film myself doing a move and then try that move again in a week and film myself and see if I'm getting better at the technique? You know, those sorts of things. It can also be just really helpful to hire a trainer if you don't have that body awareness. You know, hire a professional to come help you make sure you know that you're not putting your body in any unsafe positions. But I would say generally most people don't. Most people start to feel like, even if, you know, the first 3 times they take a workout class they do something wrong, usually like 4th, 5th, or 6th time they'll have figured it out and they'll do it better. Either they'll have heard a different cue that they'll have connected it, or they will have the strength now to actually do the motion correctly, if that makes sense. So let's walk this feet in. All right, so squeeze your feet together, squeeze your knees together, hands are down by your side. We're gonna do that tuck. So we're taking that pelvis and we're pulling it back like the top of the pelvis. We're trying to get to kiss that lower rib cage, and then we're gonna lift it up. send those hips up as high as you can. Keep your knees squeezing together, and then one vertebrae at a time, peel it back down. So really focusing on your spine and really squeezing your knees together. So by squeezing our knees together, we're gonna activate some of those in-depth muscles. They're connected to like your coccyx and all those muscles in there. Your coccyx is just the end of your sacrum. You have a couple extra bones. It's sort of the vestiges of your tail that have all of these different muscles and ligaments connected to them that kind of help hold your hip girdle in place. And by squeezing those knees together and then finding that tuck, squeezing those knees and lifting, you're activating some muscles in there. They're gonna help you not have to pee all the time. They're gonna help you with a sit-up. They're gonna help you with lower back pain. So it's really important to make sure we're utilizing these muscles and that we're comfortable with that pelvic tuck and the spinal peel up and squeezing our knees together. So it's coming back to that body awareness. If you can't feel all of those things or don't know what I'm talking about, keep practicing it. Slow it down, reset, neutral spine, tuck it, that lower back presses, the top of that little bony hip part is moving towards your rib cage, and then you're peeling your ribs off the mat, squeezing your knees together, sending your hips towards the ceiling, and then peeling it all back down. So I want you to do so many of these that you're like an expert at it. So let's do like 10 more, really slowing it down, really finding that control, really making sure those knees are squeezing together. I always say in class, act like there is a $100 bill squeezing between those knees, and it's really windy in here. You don't want it to blow away. So don't lose your $100 bill. Keep it squeezing. Now for some people, if you have any sort of hip injury or knee injury or something like that, where some of these muscles are fatigued or some of these muscles are fatigued, what might happen is wide-legged bridge might just feel so much better to you than feet touching, knees squeezing together. It just might not feel very good to you. And so I would try a couple, slow it down, maybe try one or two in a way that feels more comfortable, and then come back to those knees squeezing and work through it. Because it could just be a strength thing. Like, it is uncomfortable because bridges are difficult. Like, I know some people that regularly take my class that every time I put them in a bridge, they get a hamstring cramp. So, make sure you're taking your vitamins, make sure you're getting enough potassium and magnesium and zinc, calcium, so that you're not getting cramps. Oh, feel it all down. I just listed helpful vitamins, but I think potassium is supposed to help prevent cramping. Ooh. We're gonna pull it down and let's hug those knees in. Rock side to side, let it all go. Take a little mini break, roll out your ankles, let go of any tension, shake out your head. So the way a muscle works is these little sarcolemmas that pull these myosin fibers, pull these actin fibers along these myosin fibers, and it's called the sliding filament model. So all muscles do is move one bone closer to another bone, like your biceps just pull your radius and your ulna towards your humerus, right? That's what we're doing here with that bicep brachii. There's all sorts of weird hip, wrist stuff that do weird things with your extensors, your fingers. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna squeeze one leg up towards the ceiling, bring it all in, squeeze one leg up. Sorry, my feet are dirty. I should wash my feet, that's gross. We just got tadpoles in our pond and I'm so excited to keep walking out there perfect. We're gonna squeeze those feet up. Ooh. So if you can't quite get them overhead and you're out here, it's gonna be a little bit more of a core workout, right? So what I want you to do is maybe roll up a towel underneath your booty, or maybe you're just right here for now. And that is working your legs enough for you, okay? So lots of options here. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing. Do your best and try to match me, right? Like, you don't have to match me exactly, just try to. And if what I'm doing is too easy, maybe try holding it. Maybe try going slower. Yeah. So you're talking about my feet are dirty. Ooh. lower back pain. I lost my train of thought, guys. I'll be editing this later and be like, oh, I was on a tangent. All right, let's bring those legs up. Let's point those toes. And what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you open them as wide as you can. And we're gonna cross one over. Wide as you can, cross that other over. So really point those toes, pull that navel in, your head is relaxed, no tension in your neck. If you're having a hard time with your head, put maybe like a pillow or something right here and point those toes, squeeze it. Sometimes it helps too to maybe make a diamond under your tailbone here. Sometimes that helps keep your core engaged. Isn't it fun? Point those toes. All right, hold them out as wide as you can, as wide as you can. We're gonna flex and point. See how that feels in the back of your knees. It's a great way to practice that stability, flexibility. Keep that navel pulling in. Let's bring those legs back up and let's hug it in, rock side to side. Ooh. Let's do a little spinal twist here. So bring those legs up, let's bring those arms out nice and wide. Take a big inhale, exhale, let those legs fall to one side. Nice. Deep breath. And we're gonna lift it up. And on your next exhale, follow that other side. And let it relax. Get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. We were interrupted by my cat. Sorry, guys. Bye-bye. Whoa, all right, let's roll it on up. All right, so I'm gonna bring one leg out. I'm gonna bend that other leg. I want you to sit it up nice and tall. A nice deep breath. What I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna take this leg and you're gonna lift it. Oh, maybe that's too much for you. Maybe you're right here. Maybe it's not happening. Maybe you're just flipping me off right now. That's okay. We're just gonna do little lifts. Nice strong core. Where are you going? Nice. All right, so for this next one, what I have you do is you're gonna bend your knee, pull it in, and straighten it out. Sometimes this is better with socks on. Pull it in, bend it out. Nice. So if you can't quite do that, that's okay. I'm challenging you a little bit here. I want to give you something to work up towards. This is a great way to strengthen your knee. I actually stole this from physical therapy. I've been reading physical therapy journals and for a while now to try to find good exercises. So it's one of the ones that hands down even doctors recommend it. So do this one if you can. Maybe just a little and that's all you got today. That's okay. How much can you do? Ooh. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So let's pull this leg in, this other leg out. We're gonna start with those terrible ones. Are you ready? So you're gonna lift that leg. Oh gosh. Lift that leg. Ooh. Oh my. Ooh. It's okay if you can't fully lift it. All right, so we're gonna do that other one. We're gonna do that other one. We're gonna pull that knee in, send it out. This is a great way to strengthen your knees. Again, we did no squatting for this, but I promise all these workouts we did are gonna help strengthen your legs. And they're all kind of hard, right? It's always my goal is to torture you. Oh, we got one more. Oh, gorgeous. All right, so if you're like me and my hip flexors are kind of hurting, let's find a butterfly and we're gonna draw some circles. Maybe they're little circles. Maybe you wanna walk those feet a little farther away from you. Maybe you wanna walk those feet really close to you. Play with it. Find what feels good for you. I don't think that fitness is a one size fit all. We should not all look the same. Our bodies are all so different. But I hope that I have guided you through something that is going to help make your life better. And by better, I mean you're gonna feel stronger, you're gonna feel less pain, and you're gonna have a better connection to your body, hopefully. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me on this leg strengthening Pilates routine. And I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Don't worry, you don't have to stay seated up. Come here. Come here, watch. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nia. This is Boo.
Me.